Good afternoon, everyone. Today we're going to begin our discussion on financial analytics. Now, I did not post yet the syllabus on financial analytics. You'll have them ready by this weekend because I'm changing some of the things there. But for this session, I informed you that we're going to make use of, for the whole term, we're going to make use of R and R Studio as our main tool. There are other softwares available in the market like Python. But uh, for me, it's more advantageous. It's more strategic to learn R, making use of R Studio, because it's more difficult. It's a bit more difficult than Python. And when you learn R first, although the programming is quite different from Python, chances are you'll have an easier time learning Python. Python is quite easy, a lot easier than R. And I found some students who started with Python and would like to learn R. They find it more difficult than start with R and then move to Python. They find it a lot easier. So that's what we're going to do now. And then hopefully, before the term ends, I'll be able to introduce to you also uh, Python. Okay, so you can watch this video. It's a short video. And anyway, we're going to do it now. So the next thing that I want you to go through the materials in Unit 0 are are these ones. Now, for example, uh, these are the two of the most, as I mentioned, most powerful uh, data analytics tools or softwares available in the market, R and Python. So this is the logo of R. This is the informal logo of Python. Hindi talaga siya ganyan, pero yung ibang logos ng Python parang ganyan. It's more like this class ito. Ito yung logo ng Python, yung blue and yellow na yan. Now, why are these the most popular softwares available in the market? Well, number one, it's free. Okay. Number two, it has built a community of learners, a community of developers, a community of people who make use of that software, and they have developed packages or softwares and then contributed it to R and Python that's available for use by other people also. So for R, there are, from last count, I think maybe 17,000, 18,000 packages available. And what are these packages? These are softwares, these are programs that come with R. So that if you make use of R, you'll have access to these programs. And these programs are very powerful because, for example, there's a program called package called Caret, and it makes machine learning really very easy. Towards the end of this subject, we're going to learn machine learning. That will be one of the topics here. And we're going to make use of that package Caret for machine learning. Okay, so that's the rationale why we're using this this software, in particular R and R Studio. But as I said, hopefully at the end of the term, before the term ends, we're going to also see an introduction to Python. But nobody's preventing you from learning Python at the same time. Okay. So why of this? Because as I said, they're very powerful. They're popular in the market because of their popularity, because of the community that they have generated. They're able to the there are many contributors to these softwares, uh, uh, what we call packages that are really very useful in making the software really robust. Okay, now now there are some materials here that I urge you to navigate through, not really to uh, you can just browse through it, at least understand this one. This is a PDF file, download R for beginners. It's a pretty powerful introduction to R. So you may download this. I already posted it here. And I really urge you, 76 pages, but you don't need to really, uh, you just browse through it and look at those that are, uh, and focus on those that are uh, introductory. And it's really a big help. Okay. This is by Paradis, R for beginners. Okay. So you may download this. Okay, so ilang pages yan, etc. Okay, so I leave that to you for your perusal. Now, next. Okay, so this is another video on making use of R Markdown. Okay, once again, I leave that to you. This is, if you click modules again, so ito siya, no? Here, that's 1.5. Okay, Paradis is, where's that? Here, 1.3a. Using R Markdown, that's 1.5. Okay, but I would like to, so this will remain, this will be a quote unquote assignment in the sense that you need to watch these videos, these three videos, uh, RMDNR notebook, and then you have data types, especially 1.11 and 1.12. These are very important, okay? So these are not really long videos, and I would really, quote unquote, not suggest, but more require you to watch these videos because we're not going to discuss them anymore. I will assume that you have gone through this. This one is all about data types. For example, what are the different types of data that can be processed in R? Can be numeric, can be character, can be logical values like true or false. Okay, uh, can be other objects. Okay, and also data structures, which are more of collection of objects. So they can be vectors, it can be lists, it can be data frames, etc. So all of them are discussed here and this one. So 1.11 and 1.12. So I'd like to apologize for giving this already as an assignment because for financial analytics, we have so many topics to discuss. And I'm going to discuss the introduction to financial analytics next meeting. For today, we'll just go through this unit 0 and make sure that we have installed R and RStudio in our machines. Okay? Perhaps I'm going to ask you to come up with a short video clip summarizing what you learned here. So that can be, I'm thinking of using it as an exercise worth a bit of some points just to make sure that you begin already the term by looking at data types and data structures. It's very important, and we'd like us to have a working knowledge already. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to understand these videos. Okay, so let's now go to installation of the software that we're going to use, which is R. So may I invite you to please, uh, in Google, you type CRAN. So once you have done that, then the first list there will be the CRAN. So it's the Comprehensive R Archive Network. So that's what you mean by CRAN, Comprehensive R Archive Network. So this is supposed to be a repository of all things about R. Okay, so if we click this, it will lead us to the site of CRAN. Okay, so this is the site of CRAN. So on the here you have mirrors, you have about R, the homepage. I would that you spend some time reading through. Okay, then here we have our sources, the packages here, This is what I was mentioning to you about. If I click this, packages, you'll find here the table of available packages sorted by date of publication. Okay, and this one sorted by name. So here, there are 21,000 to date, no? 21,253 available packages, and there are still some packages that you can use that have not yet been posted in CRAN, but are posted in the author's, let's say, site or GitHub. So if we click this here, so this is according to the latest. So for example, so as of September 6, just today, no, may pinost si CRAN na package Apex Charter. So what it's use, create interactive chart with JavaScript. And this one, C, okay, model visualization toolbox for Easy Stats and ggplot and others, no? Among the so many. If we take a look at run pa siya, no? So these are the packages that I mentioned to you about, and we're going to use some of them. Okay. Yeah. If I go down, scroll down. Okay, ayaw niya. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to see yung sorry class, no? Ayun. Okay, meron ditong 20,008, no? September 8. So, pack. So, ito yung mga una na pinost sa, ano, sa, sa, sa CRAN. And there are others that come already prepackaged with R. Ibig sabihin, when we load R, kasama na yung mga packages na yun, and we don't need to install them anymore. So let's go here. Let me go back to the CRAN site. Okay, here, class. Download and install R. So depending on the machine that you're using, if you're using Windows, please click this one and follow through the process. If you're using Mac, kindly download R. For those of you who were my students before, you don't need, of course, to download it, except maybe to update the version. Okay, so let me pause recording. I'll give you a few minutes. So what we have done was to download R, whether for Mac environment or Windows environment, it's available. Now, I suggest that you create a shortcut in the taskbar for R. Kindly do that. Most probably your R has created, there's a shortcut in your desktop. So you can create a shortcut in your taskbar for easy access. So this is the logo for R. And let's open it. So click it. And this is what we got, what we get. I think, so the latest version of R is 4.4.1, I think. The latest release, 2024-614, Race for Your Life, 4.4.1. For me, my R is 4.3.2, so it's not the latest. No, I can update this, but in your case, it's the latest version. So ano pa to? 2023 pa to, no? It's easy to update it. The version that I have is iHost. So I think it's every quarter that they update R. So this is the interface. You can see here how R looks like. You have here the floating script window, okay? And you have here the background. You can find here also the tabs, file, Okay, so these are functionalities that we can make use of: source R code, new
Hi,
script.
sir. There's no ano po, shared screen po,
Oh, I'm
sir.
sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so share screen. Sorry about that. Okay, so as I said, this is the logo for R. This is the software. And I would suggest that you create a shortcut in the taskbar here. Okay, so you can easily access it. Okay, if you click this, it will open to this one. Okay, and the version of my R is 2023 pa to, no? Nung, saan yan? Kanina nakita ko eh. Um, okay, nawala siya. Saan yung version ko ng R? File, okay, supposed to be here, about, here. Our version 4.3.2. So this was the version on 2023, October 31. Okay. But if you check the CRAN a while ago, ang latest version is already 6.14, no? 2024. The name is Race for Your Life. Okay, so this is what you downloaded just now. I just have to update my version of R. Okay, so now how to use R. So this R is very important because this is the software that we're going to use. So we can perform many things here. Okay, let me just increase this. You can do some, let's say, operations. Let's say 2 plus 100. Okay, so I hope you, let me see if I can increase help. Uh, File, Windows. Okay, wait, I can't see where I can increase the size, but never mind. Okay, so I'm just typing here 2 plus 100, and if I press enter, automatically it will give the result. That one, right? 102. We can, of course, make it more complex. Let's say 25 times quantity 12 minus 5 times 23. Uh, then make it squared, okay? Then divided by 24, and then plus square root plus square root of 99, okay, etc. You can come up with an equation there, with a function there, okay? And then very quickly enter. R is easily able to do that. So it's just like a big big calculator, okay? And it can perform tons of functions, mathematical functions, operations there. You can, of course, let's say, let's make it square root of 1, whatever that is, then plus log of 998, okay? So if we tried that, class, what will be the answer? Can you please unmute yourself or put in the chat box what is the answer for this, let's say, mathematical operation? Anyone, please? I hope
Hello, sir.
every... Yes, yes.
What I got was 1006.906.
You got 1,000, 1,000.
6.906.
Okay. Thank you, Mark. How about the others? Mark got 1,006. Anybody who has a different answer? Anyone, please? Okay, Mark, can you share your screen? Sorry, I'll stop share first, and then kindly share your screen, please. Let's see how Mark was able to get that answer. Galing pala. All right. Okay, very good. Now, take a look at what Mark did. No? So you notice that copy mo nga siya, Mark. Copy mo siya. Copy and paste mo. Tapos, ipalitan mo ng yung ginawa ko, yung capital letters, please. I-capital mo yung log, capital mo yung square root. Capital all caps mo siya. Okay, enter mo. Okay, so if you had done what I did, which is to write square root in all caps, or even just the first letter as capitalized and log as capitalized, then we will get an answer that's error. No? Could not find function square root. And I just deliberately did that because I want to tell you that R is very particular about cases, no? Lowercase or uppercase, very particular si R. So this will not run because all caps siya. Okay? Mark, pakisubukan nga ulit yung first letter lang yung naka-square root. Tingnan natin kung mag-work siya. Okay. Yan, tingnan natin. Sige, enter mo. Error pa rin, no? Okay, so that means that R is very particular about writing cases. Okay? So it should have been what Mark did. No? Dapat small letters lang siya, square root at saka log. Okay, thank you, Mark. Thank you. Thank you for that. No? So that's an important lesson for us. Okay? Na dapat when we're writing several functions, it has to be according to the let's say the syntax ni R. Hindi pa pwedeng ganito, capital letters, no? All right. So another example, for example, is kunyari to. This is 3 raised to the 1,000. Okay? Enter. Infinite na siya, no? So may may limit yung yung 3 because that's 3 times 3 times 3
Sir,
1,000 times. Yes?
excuse po. You're not
Not
sharing your
sharing.
screen
Okay.
po.
Sorry. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Paki-remind ako lagi kasi minsan nakakalimutan ko, no? So I typed this 3 raised to the 1,000 and the answer was infinite. Ibig sabihin, may limitations din sa computing power ni ano. It can be done but we have to do something pero hindi natin kailangan gawin ngayon yan. Okay? If I had done 3, okay, 3, how about this? Okay. Siguro yan, kaya na yan. 3 to the 5th power. What will that give you, class? Anyone? What will that give us, class? 3 to the 5th. Answer, please. Waiting for your answer, class. If we can do this quicker, 243. Okay, bakit 243? What's your nickname, Mr. De Los Reyes? Is it Isabelo?
Isabella po, sir.
Isabelo, yun ang nickname. Okay. So, nakuha mo 243?
Yes, sir. May error po kasi when I inputted.
Yeah, correct, no? So, yeah, Isabella is correct. Error dapat yan kasi walang double caret, no? So, ang exponent sa R is just 3 caret 5, yun lang. So, just be aware of this, just be aware of this rules as far as coding in R is concerned. Not only that, in R, let's create a variable. No? Let's create Y. Okay. So I'm Y. And then take a look at this. Shift and then less than and then dash or minus. Y. And then let me say, sabihin natin 345. So what does this mean? This one, that less than and then dash, that's what you call an assignment operator. Assignment operator. Okay. assignment operator. It means you're assigning the number 345 to this variable y. So it's almost equivalent to equal to. Okay? Parang equal to lang din siya. But in this case, okay, it's better to use this one, this assignment operator. Okay, and we'll learn how to do this the shortcut kasi in R we cannot use the shortcut, no? Medyo ano. Mahaba kasi, 'di ba? You press shift muna and then less than and then dash. You have to press 3 keys before you can get this. But that's what this means. Equal lang din siya. However, we normally don't use equal to for an assignment operator, and I'll explain as we go along. Okay, yung equal kasi sa R, it's used really for equations. Ito hindi naman equation to actually. It's more of assigning the number 345 to this name, y. So if I run this, now take note, I place here hashtag because the hashtag stands for comment. So if you put hashtag, this will not be run by R. Okay, ibig sabihin nun, R will read it as a comment, so hindi niya babasahin yan kasi comment yan. No? So enter, then you now have may y na tayo na object, no? Okay, let's create x naman, x, and then shift minus, and then gawin natin kanina, no, yung let's say 100 squared plus square root, small letters, square root of 1,000, 10,000 minus log of 3. I'm just inventing numbers there. 3789. All right. So this is our so this value 100 squared plus square root of 10,000 minus log of 3789. The answer to this is assigned the name x. So if I enter this, okay, enter that, and then so it's okay. Now we know that there is this object called x with this value. If I want to know what that value is, I can use print or just write the name of the variable. Can you tell me what happens here, class? If you print x, what happens? It's supposed to print the answer to that 100 squared and square root of 10,000 minus log of 3789. What happens, class? Answer, please. What are we getting?
Sir, the result for me, yung result for me is ano po, 10,091.76 po.
10,091.76. How about the others? If you follow what I wrote here, it should be what? It should be, class, anyone who followed what I did, follow strictly what I did, no? Should be what, class? Anyone? Hello. Everyone, please. Anyone, please. What should be you be getting? Sorry, Isabella. Were you answering? Okay, sige, I'm going to JP. What are you getting?
Sir, ayun nga, like what I said earlier, sir, it's
ikaw ba?
10,091.76.
Sorry.
Yes,
Ikaw
po,
pala
sir.
yun. Sorry. Okay. So thank you, JP. Kay JP, 10,000 something. How about Christine? Christine, what did you get? Hello, Christine.
Sir, which Christine po?
Hernandez. Sorry, here.
Sir, same lang din po kami ni JP.
Same.
10,000 something po.
Okay. May nag-raise ang hand? Sino nag-raise ang hand? May nag-raise ba? Who raised his hand? Si Lance, yes.
Sir, same lang rin. 10,091.76.
Okay, all right. Now, I think na medyo na-miss yung sinulat ko dito, no? Replace your x with a small x. Kasi tingnan nyo dito, no? What I did was a small x. And tell me what happens. So this one, the variable that we created is big X. The print X is a small x. And then, please tell me if you still get the same answer. Still the same, Kas? Object not found. Yes, correct. No? So mag-error tayo. No? Bakit? Kasi what we're asking R to print is small x. And the variable that we created is big X. Okay, so it did not find the the variable. So the lesson here is be very particular about, sabi ko nga kanina, R is very particular about the way variables are named. So since this is big X, dapat, okay, arrow up, dapat yung, yan, dapat big X din tayo dyan, no? Enter. So you're correct. It's 10,091.76. And of course, since meron na tayong y and x, we can use that, no? Let's say y, small y, and then squared, small y, and then shift squared, minus, let's say log, hindi pwede mag-log ng ano ba yung answer? Positive. So pwedeng log ni x. Ayan. So we can now perform a mathematical operation also using y and using small y and capital X. No? And that will be recognized. Enter. So there you go. It's supposed to be y is squared, yung 243, and then minus yung log ni x. Okay? Now, that's not only it, no? There are a lot of things, a lot of other things that R can do. So for example, when you load R, when you download R, when you install R, there are some data sets that come with it. One of the data sets is pressure. So yung pressure, maa-access natin yan. It's a data set, okay? And for example, what we can do is, tinan nyo, please type this, summary. Summary pressure. Summary pressure, okay? Enter. And then what do you have? What do you have? Now, nag-run siya because pressure is a data set that comes loaded with R. So, naiintindihan ni R to kung ano yung pressure na yan. Okay? So, there are data sets that come loaded with R, so we can use this, you can use them automatically. And summary is a function that gives us the 6-number summary. Yung minimum, yung first quartile, second quartile, third quartile, maximum, and the mean, the average. So yan, nakita natin that in the object pressure, there are two variables, temperature and pressure. So ito yung mga descriptive stat niya, yung mga numbers, 6-number summary. And in fact, you can also plot this. Plot. So plot natin si pressure. There. There. The plot function will allow us to plot. Tamang-tama, ito 2 variables lang, no? So this will be your x, this will be your y. If there were more variables, kailangan i-specify natin kung ano yung nasa x-axis at saka nasa y-axis. Pero ito, dalawa lang kasi yung variables na yan. So, automatically, mare-recognize yan default ni R. So, enter. Okay. And then, in a new window here, I have here, ito, no? So, new window na to. R graphics device, ito yung plot ni pressure on the y-axis and temperature on the x-axis. There. Okay? So, okay. Chat muna please if you're able to follow. Feedback kung tama lang yung speed ko, yung pace ko, or masyadong mabagal, masyadong mabilis. I'd like to know, I'd like to have that feedback from you so that I can adjust. Kasi hindi naman tayo this is not a sprint, no? This is more of a marathon. So we're here for the long haul, 3 months time magkakasama. Okay, thank you, Mark. How about the others? Yung iba, please, mag-ano din kayo, mag-feedback, please. Don't just let others say their piece. Thank you. Waiting for the others to feedback. Thank you, Christine. JP, thank you. Okay, Mariah, thank you. Marga, okay. Galvin and Jocelyn. Okay, thank you. Good. Salamat ha. If you need me to repeat a particular discussion, please say so. Okay? Wag tayong mahihiya. All right. Now, although R is very powerful, marami siyang magagawa, pero yung interface niya hindi masyadong useful. No? So, enter IDEs. IDE, what I mentioned a while ago. No? IDE, which are your integrated development environment. So what are IDEs? IDEs are also softwares that were created in order to facilitate the use of a particular software. In our case, R yung ginagamit natin. No? Ito yung pinaka-software natin. However, the interface is not that good. So we're going to make use of an IDE and the IDE is called R Studio. Okay? So punta tayo ngayon sa okay. The old name was R Studio, pero ngayon binago na siya, no? Ang pangalan na niya POSIT for a particular reason. So we go to POSIT. Type natin sa Google posit.company, .co. Okay, posit.company. There, and it's the open source data science company, posit.co. Okay, I'll give you a few minutes, few seconds to write. I-google nyo posit.co. And ito yung unang ano niya, itong this is the correct site. There. Okay, now take a look at this. A better way to deploy R and Python. So before, it was named R Studio. So it was linked with R only. Now, because it's now able to, you can use this POSIT also for Python. Binago nila yung pangalan, POSIT na. Just to, parang, sorry just to make sure that people realize that it's not only for R, it's also for Python. So let's go here, products. Ano ba yung mga products nila? Here, no? Products. Oops, sorry. Ito, R Studio IDE. Ito yung kailangan natin. Okay? There's also a cloud version of POSIT Cloud, but we're going to use the R Studio Integrated Development Environment. So click natin to. Okay? The most trusted IDE for for open source data science. All right. So here you can see what's available. My professional version and of course merong open source version edition. Ito of course yung gagamitin natin yung free. So kindly download that, okay? And I'll give you a few seconds. Mas mabilis ma-download to. I'm going to pause recording first. Okay, so when you have downloaded POSIT or RStudio and created a shortcut here in the taskbar, the logo for RStudio looks like this. Okay, so it's different from R. Now, what's the difference between R and RStudio? Okay, RStudio is the IDE, Integrated Development Environment, and R is the main software. Now, RStudio will not run without R. So that's why we installed first R, because we cannot install RStudio if we don't have R. So since we have R already, then you were able to install also RStudio. So as I said, RStudio will not run without the main engine, which is R. So it's like the analogy is a car, then the engine is supposed to be R, and the dashboard is RStudio. So you can use the dashboard to know more about the engine, okay? Because the dashboard will give us information. But the dashboard, the engine will still run without the dashboard, but the dashboard will not run without the engine. Okay, so let's kindly open your R, and you'll find that this is the interface. And except for those who were my students before, kindly chat if we have exactly the same interface. I mean, is it colored blue also in your case? So I'd like to have a yes or no answer from your end. Just a yes or no kung pareho tayo. Yes, thank you. White, okay, thank you. Okay, how about the others? White, okay. All right. So for most of you, for all of you who just installed it now, you'll have the default screen, which is white. Okay, so let's take a look first at the parts of our RStudio. Okay, there's supposed to be four window panes here. Now, if you're not seeing four, maybe you're just seeing 3 or maybe 2, it means that the others are hidden. Nakatago lang yan. So you can access it by clicking here. Okay, and if I click here, then it will show itself. So what are the names of the windows here, window panes? You have here the source window or the script window. Then you have the environment here, the console, and the files, plots, packages window here. Now, most probably, we have different positions. You'll have your source window here. You'll have your console window. You'll have your environment window here, and the files, plots window here, which is the default. So there's a reason why I have my console here. And if you want to change it, okay, which I suggest that you do, you go here to tools. So let's go here to the tabs here. You have file, edit, code, view. And you notice the difference between this one and R. So for RStudio, there are 4 window panes. For R, only that one, okay? So I go here to tools and then go here to global options. Tools and then global options. All right. And then you can see here at the ear here, you have here general, code, console, okay, appearance, etc. Then let's first start with the pane layout here. So for the pane layout, you have here the four panes here. You can, of course, add another column, but we will not do that. Okay, or you can, no, you're not allowed to remove. Okay, so how do I change the position? If I want my console to be here, let me just revert to the original here. So most probably this is the position of your consoles. So this is very easy of your window panes. If I want the console to be on the upper right, I just click this one and just click console. Okay, so automatically the environment here will replace console, the position of console. Click this one and they interchange. Okay, so source, environment, console, and files and plots. Okay, so you have to click OK. Okay, if you click OK, mawawala siya, and then go back to tools. Dapat apply lang inano natin, global options, and then here. How about the appearance? In your case, the appearance, which is the default, is Chrome. Ito yung default nyo, no? So most probably yan ang naka-click. So you can also change the appearance. Ito may mga themes dito, no? my sky, my modern. I'll just leave you to explore with this one. Okay, you can change the zoom. So pwedeng, sometimes I increase this when I'm giving a lecture so that you can see. Lumaki, di ba? Tapos pwedeng editor font size, panel font size. Okay, you can increase this. And then you can change the editor theme here. Okay, this is what is the default. Chrome, di ba? Yan. And there are others here, or baka clouds, no? Kayos naman, ito itim, no? Ako, I prefer Cobalt, which is, Cobalt kasi, okay, saan si Cobalt? Ba't nawala? Ayan, si Cobalt, no? Hindi siya nag-change kagad. So this is what you saw in my interface. Cobalt. I prefer this, medyo mas malamig sa mata, no? Of course, it's up to you to really choose. Kung gusto nyo, Dracula, medyo itim yan, no? Okay? Dreamweaver, it's just like yung Chrome or clouds. Okay, so I prefer Cobalt. You may just take a look at the other other options there. And then, okay natin. Okay, and there you go. Okay, kindly chat please if we're okay so far. So far, were you able to change the position of the window panes? Okay, good. When you message class, unless it's something just for me, kindly message to everybody para everybody sees kung okay na kayo, no? All right, good. Thank you. All right. Now, this is just like your R. Yung kaninang ginagawa natin kanina. For example, gawin natin yung kanina, no? Let's say 2 times 3 minus 7 plus 2 squared minus square root of 100, whatever, no? I'm just writing this equation here. Ito yung kanina yung R natin, di ba? So if I enter this one, enter, now what happens? What happens? Lumabas ba yung answer? Wala, no? Hindi lumabas yung answer. Kasi nag-enter lang ako. What if I press Control Enter? Yan. So dito sa RStudio, hindi pa pwedeng enter lang. It should be Control Enter. So when I press Control Enter, what happens? The code is transferred here to the console. That's why I prefer yung console andi dito kasi makikita ka, my eyes can easily see it, no? Unlike if the console is here, then sa baba pa to, no? Sa baba pa natin titingnan. So for me, it's a lot more efficient if I just glance from the left to the right. Kita ko kagad siya. Okay? But this is just like let's say a glorified R, no? Yung pane ng R. Ito nabago lang natin yung format niya. Tapos pero dito ang difference, so, sa R kanina either enter or control enter. Dito hindi pa pwedeng enter lang, control enter dapat. Okay? So control enter again. There. Naulit siya, no? Tapos yung kanina Y. Okay? Okay, now take note of this. Di ba kanina yung long cut natin? Shift less than and minus. Let's say Y is, let's say, log 45. Yan. Okay? The shortcut for the assignment operator, if you recall, class, assignment operator. Okay? So, ito hindi run tong comment na to, no? But it will run this. Okay. The shortcut here is alt minus. So, take a look. Nangyari. Okay? Mas shortcut. Alt minus. Now, sa Mac, kindly inform me, command minus ba? Or may alt ba doon? Sorry, hindi ko kabisado. Mac users, is it Alt minus also? Press Alt then minus para yung shortcut nitong assignment operator. Mac users, please. Tama ba? Is it Alt minus or Command minus? Ito, yung assignment operator. Hello, Mac users. Is it also Alt minus or? Yeah, thank you. Sorry, option pala. No, mali ako. So Lance, thank you. Option minus, no, for Mac users. For Windows users, it's Alt minus. For Mac users, or option minus for Mac. Kinoment ko lang. Okay. All right, there. So we're assigning, the time na. No? Control Enter. Okay. So you now can see here, sa environment, makikita natin, ang kagandahan ng RStudio, you can see here the objects that were created. Class, permission just 1 or 2 minutes, no? Just to finish this. X, kunyari kanina, Alt minus ulit, is the square root. Gawin natin square root of 10,000. Okay. Minus exponential ng 2. Okay, etc. So if I press Control Enter, yan. So my y tide, my x tide dito, no? Okay. Notice that dito lumabas dito. No? And then x plus y. Okay, pwede natin gawin yan. Control Enter. And then x plus y, you can see here the result in 96.417. Okay? All right. Then yung kanina din, yung plot kanina. Plot, pressure. Let's see what happens if we run it here. Plot pressure. Control Enter. Okay. Nagsasabi siya dito na margins too large. Ibig sabihin yan, class, kailangan natin dagdagan pa yung yung margin dito. Ibig sabihin masyadong maliit. Ito. So I'm increasing. Tapos arrow up, plot pressure ulit, Control Enter. Okay. Figure margins too large. Dali. Tingnan natin dito sa plots. So it should be here. Okay. All right. It's already time. Itutuloy natin to next meeting, no? So for next meeting, class, please watch the video, no? And then we're going to discuss dito yung pag-open ng R Markdown. Kindly watch that video, class, kasi ito yung gagamitin natin. So there's a difference between the R script, ito lang yung R script, no? Ito yon R script. Control Shift N. So to open a new R script, Control Shift N. Okay, if we press that, panibagong R script to. Pag R Markdown naman, ito. Here, walang shortcut, but you click this one, R Markdown. And you notice that it will ask for us a title. Okay ko na lang muna. Okay, there you go. Notice now the interface for an R Markdown is different from an R script. So we'll discuss this next meeting. And kindly, please, kindly, panoodin niyo yung video sa yung 1.11 and 12. And also yung about R Markdown. Okay, so let me stop recording now.